Welcome back to Mando Disc Golf. It's your coach, John Crawford. Today we're going to be talking about putting. With putting, most of the time you are going to be trying to go almost straight or directly to the basket. So the main thing is to have something quite straight, and hand feel is very important because just before you to go, you want to feel very confident before you're going to throw the disc. Okay, so that's where we can choose two different types of putters. We have the beadless putter, which is basically just a normal flat edge, or we have a beaded putter here. So it's a bit of a rim. So if you want to rest your finger underneath like this, you'll go for the bead. If you have this finger on top like a pointer, you'll go beadless. With putting, it is point and shoot. So we generally like to have a target. So there's a lot of controversy over it, but I just like to think if I'm staring right at the pole and I aim to hit that pole, it's probably going to go in the basket. Once I've set at that pole, I want to make sure that my stance is quite tight, okay? I don't want to be bobbing around. I want to make sure that I am in a position where I could stay completely still for a long time. Unlike the shot where we're trying to rotate the body, we want to take that out of it, have our hips pointing forward, and we want to create a straight line, again, from the bottom of our putt to the basket. So with that straight line, we're going to draw it on the way down. So you want to think about where you want it to come up, and then as you come up, you lead with the elbow. The reason we lead with the elbow is because if we're directing the line, my shoulder and my elbow is already pointing at the basket. By that point, if I lock my arm out, it's going to end up straight where I want it to go. Once we've locked our arm straight, the thing that's going to get the disc there is generally spin. There are other options, but I generally want you to think that the idea is this little pop of the wrist is going to point the disc there. If we try to move only our arm and lob it, it's not going to be nice and straight, and it's generally going to wobble. If I want it to get there, right when I'm at the end, I want to be able to point my wrist and spin the disc, okay? One quick tip I will say for that is if you hold it down here and just for fun, try to spin it by flicking your fingers along and getting it to rip and catching it. If you can go up and down and catch it, that's exactly how much spin that you want on the disc. When you're aiming for the basket, that line will stay the same no matter how far away you are. The only thing that you want to change is either the height, depending on where you need to putt, or the wind, and how much you flick the wrist. Nothing else needs to change. This motion of the putt should always stay completely the same, just the wrist and the height. So I'll throw you a couple of putts, making sure that I'm just following that straight line, leading and pushing through. The main thing is to be able to get a lot of putts from a distance you feel comfortable with and repeat that spot and look where your hand left, where the pole is, and how you've putt, and drill that in your brain, and then you'll get the longer putts. All right, so that's our tips for putting. Hope you like that, and then go and practice for yourself on the baskets. If you want to see more videos, make sure to check out our website, and I look forward to seeing you out there.